Guys, this is Matt from Play It Loud again. I just wanted to make a another video for you all about one of my favorite guitar players, Chet Atkins, and why you need to learn music theory. Because as you're about to see, Chet's stuff is not easy to play, not at all. You got to learn a lot of techniques. You got to have really good control over several parts of your playing, and you need to know how to interpret what you're playing too. Because if you know kind of what's going on in there, specifically all the chords that he's jumping in between when he's playing his amazing arrangements, then it's going to be a lot easier to learn the song. Because if you just see all this stuff as just arbitrary numbers, it's going to be a lot harder to get through this and to take it all in and just feel good about yourself. You know, because I mean, I don't want you to feel bad. You know, you try to play Chet Atkins and then you just quit. But here, let's just get right into it. I'm having a bad habit of making very long videos, so here we go. All right, what we're covering: how Chet uses chord shapes, how he uses bass lines and chord melodies, the importance of knowing various theory concepts like key signature, harmony, intervals, etc., and then why just theory. Okay, well, I'll show you in a second. Look at this stinking tab. I mean, my God, I spent a very long time getting not only the technique to play, but just understanding how it all works. Because I mean, you know, I would like to write stuff like this someday. I want to make guitar parts as brilliant as this. And also, you can see here, I kind of intimidate you a little bit. You gonna learn this stuff by ear? I mean, how up to date is your knowledge of chords? Because I mean, a big part of learning stuff by ear is you can identify chord qualities and and also just all the little things going on in there. Because as you can see, there's something going on almost every single string of this guitar tab, and you also have to know the rhythms in the song to see what you see on the tab. And look, also, if you're here and you want to know how to play this, like I'm not really going to show you how exactly to play this technique-wise. I just mainly want to make a point about theory and also reveal a little bit of what is going on in Chet Atkins stuff. Because so there's plenty of YouTube lessons showing you how to do this. I saw one that was an hour long showing you, I think, how to play Mr. Sandman. You can go find that. I'm sure he breaks it down very well and very professionally. Just go there and check it out. But if you want to learn how to write guitar parts like this, I mean, these skills, this knowledge is just invaluable. So just hang on. Hopefully this won't be a long video, like I said. But here, let's just for a minute take a look at this. I mean, as you can see, A to G sharp augmented fifth to A major 7, back to A, then E7, then C sharp 7, F sharp minor, B7, and E9. Okay, like I said, how up to date is your knowledge of chords? Because I'm sure you know the A, you can see that, but also ask yourself this question: what if you didn't have the chord symbols above everything? Would you be able to identify it? I mean, when I was first learning his stuff and Jerry Reed and some classical stuff, um, I just kind of saw it as just a bunch of random notes put together and in these weird configurations, not like bar chords or open chords or anything. That just made it a lot harder to learn. But once I could start seeing that, oh, okay, like, that's not just some weird thing he's doing at E7 there. That's actually just part of that E chord that I've already known, that I've already played a million times in other songs. And same for the C sharp 7 there and the F sharp minor. I mean, once I break it down for you, you're probably like, oh, yeah, I know those chords. But I mean, there's going to be several situations when you're learning new music and you just have no idea what's going on with the harmony and the rhythm and such. I mean, with Chet stuff, you can see he, like I said, he uses every single part of the guitar in order to make a full, complete sound. I mean, there's something going on in the low E string there, like an A. He goes 5, the fret 5 to the open E, and then fret 4 to the open E, and then he goes back and forth between the open A and then the open E. He's creating a bass line to go with the melody that's going on above that. And I mean, I've tried just improvising stuff like this. I can't just pick up the guitar and improvise anything like this. That's mainly why it's just so priceless, so invaluable rather, to know exactly what's going on, how these chords work, why why he uses fret 7 above the A in the very first bar there, and so on and so forth. I mean, you can start to pick this apart, and then once you have kind of challenge yourself to do that, and then you can know what Chet is doing. I mean, Chet is just a brilliant, brilliant guitar player. He's, he doesn't get the credit he deserves, and he really deserves a lot more credit. Let's just go to the next tab, see what we got here. Okay, maybe you know these shapes here. I mean, a lot of these are, the C shapes you've seen, the A shapes, the D shapes, the minor shapes, the E minor shapes. But again, what if you didn't? What if you didn't know how all these little shapes fit into the bigger chord shapes you already know? Because, I mean, I'm just like you. I got a chord book when I first started playing guitar, and I just laid out, across all six strings, every single note that you got to play in order to make this sound. But that's one of the things that no one ever tells you about making music and using music theory. I mean, it's not set in stone like that. You can play just 3 strings, or use 2 notes of a chord and then add this other note that doesn't quite fit into the chord, but it sounds nice, and make a guitar part just like this. As you can see here, it's C and then to F. Then he uses D minor. It's actually C and then yeah, that's F right there, right before that C, that 8, 8, 9, the 13, 13, 14. And then he goes to C, to G, to A minor, up to G again, and then to C, and back to the shape that you are very, very familiar with, I'm sure. But, I mean, and maybe you're a lot smarter than me, but just the point I want to make is, I mean, knowing music theory helps in the situation. I mean, when you want to put something like this together that has an interesting melody to it on the top, and then an interesting interchange of chord sounds and such. I mean, a lot of people just kind of wing it and will just try a bunch of different things to see what this chord sounds like with this chord and that chord and whatever. But there's just so many shortcuts to that, and I mean, guys like Chet and whoever else you can think of, whether it's Eddie Van Halen or Zakk Wylde or Jimmy Page, whoever your favorite guitar player is, Dave Grohl, they all know these shortcuts, and they may not call it music theory. That to them it's just, oh, I just go from C to F there using this shape and this shape. I mean, no big deal. But I mean, theory just helps you understand all that, because theory is just a bunch of concepts and perspectives, filters, ways that you can see the fretboard that no one else can, so you can see connections between certain notes that no one else can. Alright, so like I said, I'm trying not to make this video too long. Let's go to the next one. I think this is the last one. I took this one from his arrangement of Wish Upon a Star. Very, very cool arrangement. And you see the weird shapes around some of the notes there. The greater than, less than signs, I guess, is what you call them. I don't know. But, I mean, what he's doing there is he's using plucking harmonics. You take your right hand and you play that note an octave above that the note with the weird symbols around it. Sorry, I'm kind of stuttering, and I may be confusing you a little bit, but hopefully not. Hopefully I'm making this simple enough. But there's actually a whole process to choosing which notes will be plucked with a harmonic and which won't, and why he's going from this chord shape to the next chord shape there. I mean, as you can see, I went ahead and broke it down for you. C to B flat to A to D minor to G7, and to C major 9 to C6 to B7, and then there's that weird chord there. It's an F sharp augmented 6 chord. That's a chromatic chord that actually I didn't learn in any chord book at all. It's actually just a fancy diminished chord shape, and it just goes right into the G. But that's a whole other subject. I would have to explain a lot about how harmony works in order to explain what's going on there. But I mean, like you probably already read already, lots of people won't be able to see how this works, and learning music theory just helps make it a lot easier once you know a lot more about harmony, because it's all basically this whole thing is in the key of C major, but I can see a lot of things about it that makes it not really fit exactly into C major, and a lot of songs will not stay in key. They won't stay. They won't use the 7 chords that you get automatically from just deciding, okay, I'm going to write a song in C major. I mean, because B flat major does not belong in C major. A major does not belong there. The F sharp augmented 6 chord does not belong there. The let's see, and the B7th doesn't belong in there either. So, I mean, that's one reason why a lot of people don't like music theory, is because they'll try to learn a song like Guns N' Roses or the Red Hot Chili Peppers, then they start learning a little bit about chords and scales, and then they go and look at the tabs like this, and then they're like, okay, well, what I know about a key signature doesn't really fit into what all these guys are doing on the tab. So I guess I don't need theory. I guess theory is just useless. Well, no, it's not useless at all. It's just a lot of people don't take the time to actually tell you a little bit more about how these chords work. Because a lot of music theory is just telling you how these chords work, how these rhythms work, how the combination of harmony and rhythm makes a melody in a guitar part or a piano part or a whole arrangement or a whole song or whatever. It all helps you just better understand the entire thing. So let's see. I think I've hammered all those points away there. Let's see if that's it. Okay, I think I have just two more. But let's see. How can you fix this? I mean, you're not going to be able to learn how chords work better by buying new equipment. I mean, that knowledge doesn't come with it. And the chord is going to sound pretty much the same no matter what you intend to buy. It would be pretty cool if you did go and buy this thing, though. I mean, if you learn a little bit about music, though, it will help. Because after that, it's easier to learn Chet Atkins quickly. And you can't rely on learning note for note because that's tedious. And lots of players know the rhythms in and out of a lot of their songs. I mean, I've studied a lot of Metallica songs, for instance. And James Hetfield is just, of course, I mean, a brilliant, brilliant rhythm guitar player. And it all comes down to how he takes, that boring E power chord and just makes a cool rhythm out of it using open notes or other power chords or whatever. And I mean, music theory, again, it just helps you break down everything. And since I could see, for instance, that last tab was in C major and that it used these foreign chords is what they're called, and he used harp harmonics here, and he's trying to do this with the harp harmonics and that with the harp harmonics, it just allows me to learn the song a lot quicker than other people can. But of course, you still need the technique, because I want to make that point if you're still with me. Music theory does not help you play a lick any easier. It doesn't help you learn how to play like Chet, learn to sound like Chet a lot better. Sorry, and again, this is awkward because I'm not used to making videos yet. It's just, again, if you want to write guitar parts like that, if you want to learn how to learn these songs even quicker, then theory is the way to go, for sure. I love music theory. All right, so this is the last one. If you'd like to learn a lot more about intervals and key signatures and stuff like that, I have a lot more articles. I have a free ebook here called the Chord Scale Book Destroyer that I want to give to you. It's going to take you through a lot of chord shapes and show you just kind of the interconnections between this chord shape and that chord shape and this scale and that scale, and just simplify a lot of these concepts for you and help you remember all this stuff so you can just kind of not have to worry about theory so much and just learn about perfecting your technique and fixing little quirks in your technique. Because theory is just a tool. It's a very useful tool, and it'll just get you from A to B so much quicker. So again, find the link below, and you'll be taken to a page where you'll be asked for your email address. I won't spam you. I work very hard on my stuff. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about this subject and all the subjects related to music theory and guitar playing and making music. And I just really want to help. So that's why I made this free ebook for you. Okay, all right, let's just end it there. I appreciate you stopping by and learning a little bit about music theory with me, and I hope you have a good one. Thanks.